Hi, my name is Jacob. I have recently bridged from Bears to Webelos, and I'm going to be doing some of the requirements for the Fix It adventure. Well, let's get right into this. The first is put a Fix It toolbox together. Okay. And now I might be able to find stuff in the garage, so let's see. Hey, Dad, can I use your tools? He didn't answer, but I hope yes. So he's going to be taking them. Now it's becoming a mess. And there, that's the end of part one to the first achievement. Hi. Now for part two for the adventure, like I said in the previous video. My name is Jacob, and now for part two for the achievement, for the requirement one for the Fix It adventure. Next it says, describe what each item in your toolbox can be used for. There's a hammer and nails. The hammer can be used to hammer in the nails, and the nails can be used for sticking things together. So let's take that out of the way. This is the channel lock. It adds some extra power when you can't unscrew something, because you can use two hands plus the metal part. This is the wrench. You can get nuts, bolts, and valves. What it's useful for is getting a good grip on something, kind of like the channel lock. Next are two screwdrivers, the flathead, and the Phillips. But these are useful for screwing in screws without your hands. And finally is the measuring tape. It's really just useful for measuring height and width. And now let's begin for part two and on to part three. Hello, my name is Jacob. If you've seen my previous videos, we're on the final step for the Fix It adventure for the Webelos little guide. For the final one, it says, show how to use 3 of the tools. I wonder what those tools will be. Done. Anyway, first I'll use the channel lock. It's pretty simple too. The wrench, very explanatory. Don't chuck it at someone. Don't just yeet it at them. Don't drop it on your toe. Get a good grip on it. And make sure that's the same size of what you're screwing in and out. Yeah. Next is the wrench, which is similar, like I said. Get a good grip on it and make sure this is right, because if you're not, but both times, it's gonna just slip and hit this. For example, if I have a tight enough, if I have a tight enough grip on it, it turns with me, but if I don't, it just comes off and I just wham into the wall. Anyway, oh, and it's also good for getting valves, nuts, and bolts, anything like that. Anyway. Finally, it's the screwdrivers. You give it to someone like this with the sharp part away from them, so they can just grab the handle. And when you make sure that the top is the right part for the screw. You got the Phillips and the flathead. I've only really seen Phillips, never flathead like that. Really. And finally, put pressure when you're screwing it in, otherwise you might screw in someone. Anyway, so yeah, that should be the final part for this. For step 1 in Fix It for the adventure, the Fix It adventure.